creators of museum is with this situation here. See, this room is about DC hardcore, and in actual chronology of things, this room should be over there, because even everybody in New York hardcore scene knows that New York hardcore comes from DC hardcore. It comes from Bad Brains and Minor Threat. So chronologically speaking, nonetheless,
But they needed this wall. They needed this space to get that photo up, so that's why they put it over here instead of in there.
but agnostic front.
It's true, there is a big
I thought of
wall.
that, and then I was like,
I was trying to give them a break.
yes, I know. I'm a benefit of the doubt. So, needless to say, here we go. Ian, he was in the first room already, but it's like so much of spirit of American punk rock is like has to do with the way Ian guided, DC hardcore and created a label. And actually, it was inspiration for me to start my label finally because, I have friends that been running successful indie and punk labels for a long time. They always tell me, dude, don't ever start a fucking label. It's so much fucking work. It's fucking once you get in the business,
Were they wrong?
No, now I wish I started earlier. Because my motto is fuck real business. And that motto I took from Ian Mackay.
There you go.
He was like, I'm not fucking interested in business. As long as we make the ends meet and put out great music,
Yeah.
that's all it needs to be. So I was like, I think I can manage that.
Seems
We're not here
reasonable.
building some empire, we're just getting like good stuff, as good as we can get it together and creating community. And everything else is kind of really secondary. So, I was when I first got to the States, my hardcore crew took me to see Fugazi, and it just blew my mind because how much of a fusion it was. It was, it was inspired by hardcore fusion, basically, with all these European influences like Joy Division and Gang of Four. You could just hear all the funky rhythms and you buy a bass, Joe Lally bass line is just phenomenal, and all that very, very avant-garde art guitar playing like Sonic Youth. The Sonic Youth was developing. It was really like part of the Fugazi sound, and so I immediately, I met Ian right afterwards. After the show in 1990, I was like 16 years old. When you meet somebody after a show, it's like.
Oh, yeah.
That was it.
So supercharged.
He was just like, write me, whatever. And so I did. So I wrote, I found an address in Maximum Rock and Roll magazine, in this fanzine address, and I wrote to him, and he replied, like 2 weeks later, a letter back, saying, and I wrote, this is what I wrote. I have this letter. I'm gonna put it up here somewhere. And I wrote, hey, it was great to meet you, and I was I'm a fan of Fugazi, and I would love to work for your label, and I'm a refugee, I don't really have anything to, I don't have an anchor, really, so I'm willing to move to DC and work for your company, he wrote me back, thanks, one day we'll make it to Ukraine. It's been on our radar. We played in Poland, but maybe Ukraine we can get there. And, as far as company goes, there is no company. It's just a couple high school friends putting up records, like sealing them and like mailing them out. And we can't put you up anywhere. So I was like, oh.
I've got a tongue. I can look at it.
Yeah, so. And then they included a bunch of CDs that just were released on Discord. It was like Boys Against Girls, Holy Rollers, Nation of Ulysses, and job box, I think. It was like 6 or 7 CDs. And I was like, that's so cool. Like good luck getting that kind of response from fucking Sony Records. You know? And so I was like, this is how you do it, you know? You keep close ties, it's all personal level. And you know, over the years our friendship only grew, and I just saw Ian in DC at the premiere for our documentary, the same film we played here last night. He came out with Joe and Brandon, the other Fugazi guys, to Kennedy Center. It was a big honor, you know. We had a little powwow. And yeah, he remains to be a just massive inspiration. So along with HR, who, I mean,